facilitator for this press conference. My name's Chelsea Weber-Smith, and what I'm going to do first is read the Occupy Wall Street statement that was created at Zuccotti Park in New York, but we've modified it slightly because we wanted to make the language a little bit more our own, but for the most part it is part of a global movement. So, Occupy Wall Street is a leaderless resistant movement with people of many colors, genders, and political persuasions. The one thing we all have in common is that we are the 99% that are striving to recognize the greed of and corruption of the 1%. We are using the General Assembly model to achieve our ends and encourage the use of nonviolence to maximize the safety of all participants. The Occupy Wall Street movement and the Occupy Charlottesville movement empowers real people to create real change from the bottom up. We want to see a General Assembly in every backyard, on every street corner, because we don't need the politicians and we don't need Wall Street to build a better society. We just need participants. So, and again, this is a global movement, so we're trying to be in solidarity with the rest of the globe working on this movement. We're going to have 6 speakers tonight, and then we're going to have a short question and answer period. So the first speaker we're going to have is Flora Lark.
Okay, my name is Flora Lark Bailey. That's spelled F-L-O-R-A-L-A-R-K-B-A-I-L-Y. And I have been here since the first, I guess second, but the real first meeting at the Pavilion on Wednesday. We're already a week and a half, into this, and we've already made so much progress. In the spirit of what I believe this movement is about, which I believe is, what can we learn from you? What can we create together? I invite everyone who is curious about Occupy Seville, curious about what we are doing, to come and talk to the people who are here. Don't only rely on the media or people who have never been to the meetings. If you come talk with us, you will have experiential knowledge as to what and why each individual is here for. As much as this is about anger, about the state of which things are, all the economic justice and the disparities that fuel all the inequality that exists in Charlottesville and by extension America, and as much as this is about staying put and standing up and standing out, it is also about bringing people together. I believe anger stems from pain and anger. People are hurting right now, and one resource that this occupation is providing the city of Charlottesville is the ability to heal and to be heard and listened to give people opportunity to express their concerns, to give people a reason to care. This is about the people of Charlottesville, the community in which we all live in. If it wasn't for the support of everyone, all the donations of food, time, and energy, and money, this place, this space, this I believe sacred space, a safe space, could not exist. And it is here, and that is hopeful. There is support for us. In my personal opinion, slow change is good. It is more sustainable. This will take time. We have to have patience. No one has ever done this before. So we need to keep that in mind, that this is a learning process. But we are also not only the only ones doing this. There are cities all over the country, and our voices by association are also connecting with theirs. And if there is any fragmentation and issues that we are addressing, it is directly related and a reflection of the Charlottesville's fragmentation of its society as a whole. And we want to address those sources of fragmentation. Where we focus our attention and our energy grows. We spend our time and energy, where and why we spend our energy is a direct reflection on what we value as a society. Money is energy. There is an issue with money in this country. I think we can all agree with that. Your time is valuable. You have to value your time and your voice enough to know how much it is worth in this movement. One last point I would like to say is people are feeling helpless in this time of unprecedented problems. We are the people. Do you remember that statement? We have historical significance in this country. We the people need to feel heard, and we need to feel validated, and that in and of itself, that is healing. We are healing people, one conversation at a time.
Thank you, Flora. Thank you very much. One point I'd like to really quickly reiterate is that everyone speaking tonight, no one speaks on behalf of the movement. Everybody speaks on behalf of themselves within the movement, and they're all in solidarity with the movement, but that's a very important point to remember. So, next we have Evan Knappenberger.
What I'm going to do is I can hold it if you want. Let me know when you're ready. I'm Evan Knappenberger, Knappenberger. I'd like to again say that this represents my views and not necessarily those of the group. And also that we do not at Occupy Charlottesville endorse any specific political or religious system. That being said, I would like to speak today as a Christian. And we have come up with 2 points in Occupy Charlottesville that we are about. It has economic and social justice. So as a Christian, I remember the words that Jesus Christ said, "He who will lead must be servant of all." Therefore, as we seek to build a society on earth which reflects the wisdom of the God of justice, we are working in the prophetic tradition in solidarity with the homeless, the afflicted, and the oppressed. We are healing the sick of heart and the sick of the spirit through community and solidarity, 2 things which the capitalist culture of consumerism has regularly destroyed. We are offering lots of programs here. We're offering tutoring, NA, AA programs, 12-step programs, yoga, meditation, philosophy classes, food, blankets, tents, and books. And we're offering them to everybody, the mentally ill, the homeless, the disabled, the substance abusers, anybody that's here. We find that is very important to us. What we're really trying to do here is we're trying to create a new culture in this space. And we have to acknowledge that this space is public. What we're doing here is freedom of expression, but it's more than that. We have to thank the City of Charlottesville for allowing us to use this in accordance with the First Amendment. We would like to set something straight that was in the Herald, that we have been cooperating with law enforcement in the city before the permitting process started, and even before we actually started camping out here, before we applied for a permit. So we need to set that record straight as well. We are not a political protest, and this is not just a publicity game that we're playing. It's not a game with 2 sides with any other group. What this really is a tipping point for the earth and for this culture that we have of selfishness and self-righteous greed. And we feel like, at least I feel like, this is the time that we have made for ourselves to step up and change that. I would like to end with a little quote from Isaiah, the book of Isaiah. "Is not this the fast that I choose? To loose the bonds of wickedness, to undo the straps of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and bring the homeless poor into your house, when you see the naked to cover him, and not to hide yourself from your own flesh? Then shall your light break forth like the dawn, and your healing shall spring up speedily.